I'm definitely honored to be in that situation and a position to share the ring with another great. You know, it's gonna be a hell of a night come September 13th. No, it definitely don't matter. You know, the odds can't fight for him, so you know it is.
Terence Crawford has issued a strong warning to Canelo Alvarez ahead of their September 13th showdown. Meanwhile, Virgil Ortiz expressed doubt that Crawford can overcome Canelo, citing the significant size and weight gap as Crawford moves up 3 weight classes to face one of boxing's best. While Ortiz praised Crawford's intelligence and skill, he believes Canelo's strength, size, and sharpness give him the advantage. He pointed to Canelo's check hook against Baranga as proof of his elite timing. Ortiz acknowledged Crawford has a chance, but said if he pulls it off, it would be a historic upset.
I think he is, but if he beats Canelo, he'll be like my #1 fighter of all time.
You don't think Crawford beats Canelo?
I don't think so. Look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147, so I'm just going to treat him as a 147 pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the #1 fighter in all of boxing. You know, the jump would be hard, even if it was just like some top 10.
Right, yeah.
You know,
But would you say he's a very smart fighter?
yes,
Very calculated,
Yes.
right? Don't you think that maybe he sees something that most people aren't seeing?
I think he does. But the thing is he going to be able to even like to capitalize on it? Because he's a smaller fighter. And look, I think people are thinking at the aspect of, can Crawford do it? Yes, I think he can.
Showbiz, the adult explained there's a reason Terence Crawford always brings up Ricky Burns, calling that fight a key moment in his career. He noted that when people thought opponents like Israel Madrimov were too tricky, Crawford simply boxed and handled business. According to Showbiz, Crawford relies on his natural gifts, timing, reflexes, and precision to land clean shots, but he often takes punches in exchanges. He reminded fans that Crawford was dropped by Mean Machine, rocked by Gamboa, and caught by Sean Porter. Showbiz pushed back against the idea that Crawford will suddenly fight in a completely different style at 38, insisting that Terence Crawford will always be Terence Crawford.
Reason why Crawford always brings up Ricky Burns, because of this.
Burns needs to knock him out of that. Body shot wasn't the best.
The previous one.
In there.
That's Crawford, y'all. That's Crawford. That's the same one against Madrimov that y'all said Madrimov was too tricky. He ain't too tricky. Just box. Terence Crawford, even if he starts off boxing, at the end of the day, he uses his natural gifts, his timing, his reflexes, and everything to land great shots on you. And he does it, bam, and he gets hit in the exchange all the time. Got dropped by a Mean Machine doing that. Madrimov was popped. Gamboa rocked him. Sean Porter was catching him because he throws his. And y'all keep saying, well, in this fight, he's going to be totally different. He's 38 years old. That's what he's been. Y'all like Terence Crawford won't be Terence Crawford. No, I'm expecting him to be Terence.
Terence Crawford expressed his honor at getting the chance to share the ring with another great fighter in Canelo Alvarez, promising fans that September 13th will be an unforgettable night.
Definitely honored to be in that situation and a position to share the ring with another great. You know, it's going to be a hell of a night come September 13th.
When asked if Canelo Alvarez's criticized performance against William Skull gave him extra confidence, Terence Crawford reminded everyone that his own last fight also drew criticism, adding that both men need to raise their game. Questioned about whether fans can expect an aggressive, explosive version of him in the ring, Crawford replied, "That's why people need to watch the fight." He ended with a direct message to Canelo. "See you soon."
Obviously, his performance against William Skull. Did you take more confidence from that fight?
A lot of people criticized my last performance, so, you know what I mean? We both need to step it up, I guess.
That's one from me, Terence. Obviously, we've seen Turkey Al-Sheikh mention no Tom and Jerry fights. You've said yourself you're going to put it on him, you're going to come for him. Do we see an explosive Terence Crawford that people won't have been expecting to see?
That's why you got to watch the fight so you can see.
I'll get a message to Canelo.
Brian Norman Sr. confidently picked Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez, admitting he once lost money betting against Crawford but has since learned his lesson. Now a firm believer, he praised Crawford as an exceptionally skilled and highly intelligent fighter. Having seen him up close, Norman described Crawford as a dangerous force in the ring, armed with the kind of boxing IQ that allows him to adapt and find a path to victory. He dismissed the idea that beating Canelo is unrealistic, insisting it's entirely possible given Crawford's abilities.
I got Crawford. I'm sorry. I'm about to say Canelo. Where'd that come from? I got Crawford. I got Crawford, man. I learned to not bet against Crawford. I won't bet against Crawford again. I lost a lot of money betting against Crawford. So those days of my life are over with. I've drunk the Kool-Aid.
You're a believer now.
I'm a believer now. Yeah. Crawford is that guy, man. Crawford is that guy. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, and I've seen Crawford personally. I've seen him in the ring personally, and he a bad man. He a bad man. So I'm gonna have to say, just like with my son, I'm gonna have to say, just with the boxing IQ, it's certain things, man. It's certain things. I think that Crawford's gonna figure out a way to win. I don't think this is so. I don't think for how some people are looking at this, I don't think it's so far-fetched that Crawford can beat him. I just don't see that so far-fetched as some people.
Ryan Garcia acknowledged that when two elite fighters meet, anything can happen, but he doesn't see Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez. While admitting Crawford could prove him wrong, Garcia believes the size difference will play a major role. Having trained alongside Canelo, he's seen firsthand that Canelo is strong enough to push back heavyweights, and noted this will be the first time in a while Canelo enters the ring as the naturally bigger man. Garcia feels that advantage will allow Canelo to fight more freely and effectively. Although he respects Crawford's skills, he even suggested Crawford could get stopped in an Amir Khan-style knockout. Ultimately, Garcia said he'll be backing Canelo, and, if he had to bet, his money would be on him.
Two great fighters, great things can happen. But I can see even Crawford getting knocked out like Amir Khan style though.
Do you give Terence Crawford any chance to beat Canelo?
I don't see it happening, but he could definitely prove me wrong. But I just think, bro, I've trained with Canelo, I've been around him. Bro can really push back heavyweight. So I don't know how he's because this is the first time Canelo's actually bigger than somebody in a long time. So it's like the weights are lifted off, and now he could fight even more freely, So I'm actually interested to see, bro. I can't wait for the fight. I'm definitely going to be backing Canelo, but Crawford is a great fighter, and he could surprise me. But right now, where I would put my money is.
Coach Bernie expressed unwavering confidence in Terence Crawford, declaring he is certain Crawford will defeat Canelo Alvarez. He emphasized that the fight isn't about how talented Canelo is, but about how exceptional Crawford is. In Bernie's view, Canelo is just a supporting figure in a story where Crawford is the main character. He believes this moment is perfectly set up for Crawford to shine, calling it a chapter built entirely around him and his greatness.
Well, Crawford, man, I'm so happy for him, and he gonna beat that boy, man. And like I say, it's not about how it's Canelo. It's about how good Crawford is. That's all this shit is about. It's about Crawford. It's the Crawford. He just a weird person in the story. You understand? If you wrote this story, man, he just a mere person in the story. And then it was this Canelo and this. That's all it is. But Crawford is the main character in the story. This shit was lined up for Crawford. It's about Crawford, man.
Bernie acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's past accomplishments and made it clear that losing to Terence, Crawford wouldn't tarnish his legacy. However, he believes Crawford will achieve what others, including Erislandy Lara, couldn't. According to Bernie, Crawford will stand his ground, land sharp, accurate shots, and systematically break Canelo down. He predicted Crawford would punish Canelo in a way no one else has, turning the fight in his favor. While giving Canelo his due as a great fighter, Bernie insisted that Crawford is simply greater and is ready to prove it in the ring.
Canelo, he didn't understand. He you know what I mean? He can't take nothing away from him because he loses to Crawford. Hell no. But you got to give Crawford enough stand because he going to do what Lara didn't do. He going to stand there and bust his ass up. He going to turn him up. Boy, that's what he going to do. He going to shout out to Lara, but I'm just saying, he going to do what them other guys didn't do. He going to him up, man. He going to fight that motherfucker, man. He going to beat Canelo's ass, man. And it is what it is. Canelo great, Bud just greater. That's it. There ain't no seven races.
David Morrell weighed in on the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez matchup, calling it a tough challenge for Crawford and emphasizing Canelo's superior strength. He suggested Crawford may be taking the fight partly for financial reasons, but stressed that the danger is real, highlighting Canelo's power and resilience. Morrell predicted it would be extremely difficult for Crawford to win, or even make it past the third round. He gave Canelo a 62-40 edge in the fight.
I mean, I say Crawford, but he's the crazy fight. It's too much. It's too much fun for Crawford. I mean, I know he can do it for the money, but it's too much. It's too much pound for Crawford, and Canelo is not easy. Canelo is stronger. It's it's difficult. It's difficult for Crawford to win the fight or to stay there in the third round. So, I say 60-40 for
Brian Bayo McIntyre, Terence Crawford's head coach, expressed strong confidence that Crawford will secure the victory. He added that he's proud of Crawford and the entire team, noting this is another major moment for the world to see why so many consider Crawford the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing today.